Okay, this is day 12 with the little dun filly. We're not going to use the stick with her so that I can show you don't have to have a stick to do this. You don't even have to have a rope halter to do this. But the tools that I use make it easier to do this. But you still have to have patience, wait for them, give back when they give, no matter what tools you use. You're going to see that I can do this with just this rope. It is a 14-foot rope. I'd hate to try all this stuff with a web halter and a 10-foot lead. It would be really, really difficult. I don't know what she's going to do, but we're just going to use this string, this rope, and see if we can get her through these things. Day 12, here we go. When they stick, I'm going to drive them. We've taught her how to drive. Taught her how to drive. Taught her how to stay with us. A lot of this stuff just helps them build confidence. And just because a horse is a little high energy don't mean that they got a lot of confidence. You have to build that confidence in them. Send her. Send her. Wait for her. Let her try. Yeah. Kind of a good thing that we got her shoulder where she'll yield to us, so she might have crashed us. But she didn't. Rub on her, let her know she did a good thing. Let her know she did a real good thing. Now, easy. 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 Always easy when you're backing out of these obstacles. Always easy. Back means something totally different. Easy means just let me do the thinking, take a step at a time. And every time that I get them to take a step, I'll give it back until they get confident, and then we'll ask for 2 steps, 3 steps, and so on. Let her know she did something real good right here. Now don't scare them. If she's stuck there, no different than leading on flat ground. This bridge is pretty tall and awful hollow sounding. It's like walking on a drum. I just want to step. There. Get on rubber. If it takes me all day to get her off of here, that's fine. Because the next time I do it, it won't take as long. 1 step at a time, just like on flat ground. Rubber, let her know she did good. In a perfect world, I want her to come off this end. I don't want her going off the side. So I'm going to do everything I can to keep her straight on here. 1 step, just hold it. There. And rub it. One step. And hold her. Rub her. Now sometimes you got to watch that when they're on something like this, that they don't jump off. Once again, it's like we said on tape 1, read your horse. Be safe about this stuff. But don't just pull on her. You're going to scare her to death. Hold it. There's a step. There. See if I can get a step. There. And the reason that I didn't climb up there and start sending her off at this bridge is because it's so tall. I don't want to scare her off the side. I want her to trust me and come to me. Just like we was doing, remember in the arena where we were doing this and drawing her to us? That's how we're going to build confidence in her. Little pull pressure and one step. Pull pressure. Now maybe I'll add a little bit just like I would. She doesn't know that my arm ain't as long as that stick. Now I'm going to add a little pressure with the rope behind the drive line and send her off. See how she jumped off of there? If she hadn't known how to drive away from me, she would have just jumped on me. That's why you do the steps. Since she had a little bit of trouble with that, maybe we'll take her on that one more time. What I'm doing is putting pressure behind that withers. Pull pressure. Pressure behind the withers. Try the other side. There. There. Push that shoulder over, remember? Ask her up here. Rub on her. Don't just let her run across here. It's not a speed deal. Stay with me. Put a little pull pressure. One foot at a time. Easy. Just hold it. Don't pull her. Add a little pressure back there. I did that with my finger. Pull pressure. Let her come a step. Now do it with my rope. There. And rub on her. What we're doing here is teaching her how to learn. We're not scaring her across here so we can make a 70 on the in-hand trail course. We're teaching her how to trust us every day. And what I do when she takes a step, that was a lot nicer. What I do when she takes a step is I step in front of that so she had to stop. I did that on purpose. I don't want to scare them through that stuff. I want them to walk through there slow, looking for me. I told her to move, then I stepped in front of her and she stopped. That's why they take a step and stop, take a step and stop. That's how you build confidence in them and trust. If I'd have just got behind her and drove her through there, next time she saw a bridge, whether it was out in a pasture or in an in-hand trail course, she might have just blasted through there and maybe knocked you down. first time we loaded these on the trailer, we separated them from their mother and loaded them like cows. Today's day 12, and it should look like this. I'm fairly confident she'll load. Pressure. Pressure. Now I'm going to get down here, make her take a step up. Now I'm going to reward her. Eventually I'll be able to send them on here, but for now I got to get them to load by staying with me. When she gets up here halfway, we stop her and we'll back her out so that she knows if she goes on she can get out. That's real important. I remember when we first started doing this stuff, I'd load horses for people, and then they'd call me up when they got home, and their horse was still on the trailer because he wouldn't come off. So we're teaching to come off the same time we teach them to go on now. It's a better deal. Always let them relax in here. Let them relax. The whole point of this weanling training is to teach them how to learn and teach them how to trust you and teach them how to relax. There. There. Day 12. Doing all the steps. I didn't use a stick. I recommend a stick so that your arm's longer, but you don't have to use one. It doesn't matter what tools you use as long as you're consistent. The tools that I've chosen to use help me get things done quicker and more efficiently. But just because you get these tools, and I don't care who you buy them from, you can buy them from Stack's Tack Shop. They don't have to have nobody's fancy name on them. The feel, the give back, the release of pressure, the attitude, that's more important than any tool you'll ever buy. But it's just like every horseman. The longer you're doing something, the more you want nicer tools. And it's just a pride thing. The more pride you take in your deal, the more pride you'll take in your tools, the more pride you'll take in your horses. This is day 12, and in 2 more days they're going to be pretty good about going through this stuff. So that's all we're going to do with her today. We're going to tie her up for a little bit. Pretty proud of her on day 12. Well.